When it comes to what's new in 2019, many questions come in about what's going to be new on our shelves in our stores. So we're coming right to the source. This is Rob Southworth. He's the head of our purchasing department. Thanks for taking some time, Rob.
Good morning, Terry.
So Rob, what is new for 2019?
Really, Terry, what is old is new again.
Oh yeah? What does
There's
that
a
mean?
lot of old cocktails that have come out, and with some of the amazing bartenders we have in this state, there's a lot of Manhattan, Sazeracs,
Old
fashions, cocktails like that, and they seem to be hot again. And because of that trend, we have a lot of new Amaros and bitters that need to come in, and a lot of these bartenders are specialing order, just really bizarre flavors and as far as these bitters and stuff go. So there's been an explosion of selection in bitters and Amaros throughout the state.
Interesting. I understand that canned wines are getting popular around the world. Is that trend hitting here in Utah?
What we're really seeing is the rosés and the bubbles selling really well. Some of the reds aren't doing as well, and your regular grape varieties aren't doing as well, but the spritzer type items like that, and anything rosé and has bubbles in it is really doing really good these days.
So you and your department have to taste everything before it goes on the shelves. What do you say to people who say, wine comes in a bottle? How do the cans stack up?
With the technology today, with the packaging, with boxed wines, canned wines, things like that, and all the new canned products that come out, there's some new special linings that have been designed to keep the product better and not give it that kind of a tin taste that some people associate with beer sometimes.
So these just aren't regular old beer cans. They get something protective in there.
There's been a lot of upgrades to packaging, and most of those wines are meant to be consumed in, within a certain amount of time. A lot of the prestigious wines and things like that probably won't come in cans because they're meant to age and stuff like that, and the cork actually helps them age.
And you don't buy a six-pack of wine in a can and put it in your cellar, do you?
No, the cans you probably want to consume.
Now, last year at this time, you said that people were paying more money for higher-end spirits. Is that trend still holding?
Yes, we're still seeing that trend continue. There's been a lot of the super high-end tequilas. We do really well in some of that business. And then the whiskeys, doesn't seem like they're slowing down either. A lot of people like their high-end whiskey and like to try different ones all the time, which kind of brings us to a point where we do a lot of one-time buys. And we'll buy something, go through it, and move on to the next item. A lot of our customers seem to like that.
So 3-2 beers going away, and some of that beer that we have in our stores now will go to the grocery and convenience stores. Does that mean we'll have more room in our stores for craft beers and heavier beers?
I think what you'll see is a lot of normal beers that will move into the open market right now. We'll probably replace some of those with some heavier beers, definitely, but we'll kind of chase the data and see what categories that we need to expand. And if we need to expand and re-add to more beer and just keep the beer selection going that way, that's what we'll do.
So analyzing this data means some stores may carry more of one product and other stores will carry more of a different kind?
Yeah, everything is kind of analyzed on demand by store basis.
What else can consumers look forward to?
Well, there's a lot of canned cocktails coming out lately. That seems to be, pre-mixed, easy to go canned cocktails seem to be the rage.
So those cocktails in protective cans like the wine is too?
Yes, they are. There's a lot of variety coming out that we're noticed, and especially with some of these old fashions and Negronis and things like that. So there's some interesting products coming out. Kind of keep your eye open for those.
So you have a lot of submissions for new items on our store shelves, and you have to taste it all. How much of what you get in here actually makes it to the stores?
We get on average, last year we got about 1,300 items in for evaluations that were submitted to us. Out of those 1,300 items, we brought in about 450 items. And that equals about 32% of the submissions that we brought in. I don't want everybody thinking we're that nice all the time, but we do go through quite a bit of items, and there's a lot of good items that get turned down all the time too.
What are you looking for? Quality, price, mixture, both?
It's a little bit of everything. We want a nice selection for all customers in all price bands and price ranges. and all categories too. We want to have at least some kind of selection for them. And it's going to be very store specific going forward. We've taken the data from each store and have set up stores combined to what the people are actually buying in those stores. So we're chasing those data points down, and then as that rises up to our department, we look for items to fill categories where people are really interested in buying from.
So better customer service all around.
We're trying.
So we got a lot to look forward to. Thanks for taking the time today, Rob. Oh, and by the way, I remember last year you wore a Jerry Garcia tie. Is that another one?
It's the same one, Terry.
I thought it looked familiar. Thanks, Rob.